Hey everyone, I'm back. Let's keep doing Thrill Racer. Did I choose a lesson this one? Yes, I did. Okay, good. Good. Hey, Dry Crunch. Remember how we made a finish line and then put it last time? We may have gotten the game to recognize when a car reaches the goal. But since the same effect triggers no matter who gets there first, we have a slight problem. We got no idea who won. For this session, we're going to add a way to evaluate who wins. It's time to separate the champions from the runner-ups. Now we gotta touch the sensor at the finish line already. Check the cars. And it'll react as soon as either car touches it, which is a problem. Let's give it an upgrade so I can tell the difference between the players and the opponent's cars. The next set of instructions could be a tad tricky, so you'll want to pay careful attention, okay? Okie dokie, start calling a fancy object node on. Joy-Con. When the shape of one Joy-Con is enough to make you picture the other, you know you got a winner in the design department. This fancy object node will be what lets us tell the cars apart. Oh my. Is it time I teach my party trick? Okay. Alright, shrink them. Now link them together. Next, we'll need to open up the settings. Under connection point, center. Close those details. Under properties, enable movable only. That made our fancy object disappear. Could you please close the settings screen? I'm invisible now? Well, there's hardly anything fancy about that. Though I do feel kind of enigmatic that there is our answer. Linking an invisible fancy object is the tricky technique I wanted to teach you. But we've still got a long road ahead of us. Let's see where we're the finish line. You gotta go into the settings. Okay. Enable Joy-Con R. Okay. It might be invisible, but I can tell. I see only cars, but I feel the presence of Joy-Con R is right there. Maybe. That means instead of looking for cars, the touch sensor node is now checking for the Joy-Con R fancy object. We need to see how it turns out. Let's take a look. First, we'll need to leave the controls alone and wait for our opponent to reach the end. Our opponent made it to the finish line, but nothing happened. Now try racing to finish it yourself. Yes, the crowd is going wild. But it looks like our effect triggered nicely as soon as we hit the finish line. This is because we weren't checking for the cars, but for the Joy-Con R connected to the player's car. We weren't looking for visible cars, but only for the invisible Joy-Con R for the face object. I like to call it hidden fancy. That was the secret technique I wanted to teach you. Next up, we need to make a hidden fancy for our opponent's car. Okay. Let's get back to the starting point. Select that, copy it, open up the settings, change the appearance to Joy-Con L, close the settings. I can tell. The Joy-Con R and I are gonna get so long. Yeah. Alright, let's make this one smaller. Connect them to here. Now we have a hidden fancy connected to the opponent's car, and it's different than the one connected to the player. So over to the finish line now, go to their settings again. Should set the things connected easier. Open up the settings. Yeah, close the settings. There's a Joy-Con L around here somewhere, and I don't like it. Good to see ya. I heard you need an effect that goes all wrong. Speaking of rocks, I got a little joke for you, if I can remember it. Let's see. It was about something about 2 wrong turns and a right turn, and well, it just goes to show that a failure effect can come real handy sometimes. Yep, connect those two together. Now the failure effect will play once you cross the finish line. It captures this one, right? Now we got a party popper effect for the player effect. We can find out, of course, but things are now. If both cars and the party popper fail at the same time, the effects are going to go off. We won't be able to know who actually won. But never fear, I have the perfect plan. We can work on evaluating who the winner is. Evaluating the winner might be a little tinty challenging, so I'm going to do my best to lay it down for you. Okay, Mark, I'm going to break it down for you. I know, what I did was cringe, I'm sorry. I'm cringe, I'm sorry! I know I'm cringe. I know a lot of people in the comments, they put down comments, they're like, oh, hey, you can do this, but I'm like, bro, dude, for people that don't know, who are just coming to my channel, I record stuff a month ahead, or at least 2 months ahead of time, because I have so much LP projects I want to start and do, because there's so many fucking games. That's why I have to be a month ahead of everybody, just to be able to catch up to these projects. So that's why. Anyways, since this could get confusing, it would be easier if we add comments to help us remember which is which. That's where... Okay, go to middle. Program layout. Comment. Comment node on at your humble service. I have the most terrible memory myself, always jotting things down to jog the old brain cells. That being said, dear Dry Crunch, if you have anything you need to commit to text, just give the word and I will be only too happy to just transcribe it for you. Enter a comment now. Alright, move it over here. Make them bigger. Open their settings. Edit, like, win. Yep. Close the settings. Unlike the very capable text object node on, I'm afraid I don't display anything on the game screen. In fact, unlike the others, I don't really do much of anything at all. However, if I can help you to understand things more clearly, Dry Crunch, then I have more than served my purpose. Oh, what a kind soul. Okay, what's next? So, copy him. Put him down here. Open up their settings. And then put lose for this one. So we'll be using this area to program the winning behavior, and this one to program the lower one. Yes, I see, your comments are truly inspiring. If I may be so bold. I would like to express my opinion in verse. Did you win, or did you lose? One must never the two confuse. A comment always pays its dues. It's true, leaving clear and concise comments is really what programming's all about. Okay, looks like we're all set. Now for the meat of the evaluation. When we talk about winning and losing, what we really mean is who makes it to the finish line first, the player or the opponent. Let's add a couple of flag note on. We'll use one that switches on when the player gets to the end, and another that switches on when the opponent gets to the end. Okay, call it flag note on. Put it in the blue frame. Wake me up when the player reaches first. Opponent finish first? No, I'm ready for another nap then. Okay, that's 2 flag note on down there. Now let's get the one to trigger first. This sound, it means the player reached the finish line, the opponent didn't. Okay, so we need to check those two at the same time. So we gotta get note on that. That is good for the job, and we will figure out who that is in the next video. See you guys then. Bye, guys.